welcome back. Today we are going to discuss another topic from genetics. We have already completed Mendelian monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross and test cross from your textbook, and today's topic is incomplete dominance. So, you know, one of the most accepted theories of Mendel is the law of dominance. Okay, then the law of dominance says that when two dissimilar alleles comes together, in the case of heterozygous condition, that means when two dissimilar alleles come together in heterozygous condition, one allele is dominant over the other. That is what Mendel said, the law of dominance. And here we are discussing another concept. It is a non-Mendelian concept, incomplete dominance. Okay, just listen here. If the capital T is not able to dominate over small t, that means if capital T is not completely dominant over small t, what may be the appearance of the F1, Mendel's F1? Will it be tall? No, it will be an intermediate character. Some expression of the capital T allele is not completely dominant, means an intermediate height maybe. Okay, the similar case we are discussing incomplete dominance. In incomplete dominance, the one allele is not completely dominant over the other. So, in F1 or in the intermediate, when it is heterozygous nature, a new trait or new appearance occur. Okay, that this is cases. Here one example given in your textbook is flower color in snapdragons. Okay, the incomplete dominance we discussed with the help of this example, flower color in snapdragons. Snapdragons is commonly known as, this flower is commonly known as a plant. Particular flower is known as dog flower and its scientific name is Antirrhinum. There are many species, so Antirrhinum species we write. Okay, so listen, for incomplete dominance you are going to study the example flower color in snapdragons. When in flower color there are plant with red colored flowers represented, pure line we represent as capital R, and plant with white flowers represented as small r, and these are plant with red flowers, these are plant with the white flowers. Okay, so one of this is male and the other one of this is female and the other one is male. Okay, this will produce all the gametes with the capital R allele because it is homozygous, all similar gametes, and this will produce all the gametes with the small r allele. Okay, when these are fused, when it's gamete fusion, in F1 what is produced will be capital R, small r. And listen here, this capital R allele is not completely dominant over small r allele. So it produces an intermediate color pink. Okay, so F1 was noticed as pink. Okay, see here the F1 resembles none of the parents. It is neither red nor white. Okay, a new character appeared in the F1. This is a case of incomplete dominance. Then when F1 is self, capital R, small r, close, capital R, small r. Okay, one is female, other one is male. Okay, both are pink. Okay, when one pink is crossed with another pink, when one pink flowered plant is crossed with another pink flowered plant, in the F2, you can see what happens in the F2. Okay, in the F2, what happens? Both are producing two dissimilar alleles, gametes, two types of gametes with capital R allele, gametes with the smaller allele. Okay, when what happens? There will be capital R here, here will be capital R, small r, here will be capital R, small r, here will be small r, small r. Okay, so what are the plants? These are red flowered one, these are pink flowered one, and these are also pink flowered one, whereas this is white flowered one. Okay, so listen here, in the F2, this is what is gametes. Okay, parents, gametes, right in the same line, you have to keep the pattern throughout. Parental generation. Okay, already we have discussed this thing, that's why I am going into. Okay, then this is F1 generation, then F1 on selfing of F1, we get F2 generation. In the F2 generation, you can see the result. Okay, how many red, how many pink, and how many white we are checking means that is phenotypic ratio. Then how many capital R, how many capital R, small r, how many small r we are checking means that is genotypic ratio. So how many are red here? Only one is red. One red is 2. How many are pink here? How many are pink? 2 pink. Okay, 2 pink is to 1 white. So the phenotypic ratio is 1:2:1. Any doubt? F2 phenotypic ratio for incomplete dominance is 1:2:1. What is it, the genotypic ratio? How many are capital R? 1. How many are capital R, small r? 2. How many are small r? 1. So the genotypic ratio of F2 is 1:2:1. So listen, this is the most repeated question. The cross which gives both phenotypic and genotypic ratio same is incomplete dominance. In the F2, incomplete dominance gives phenotypic ratio 1:2:1 and genotypic ratio 1:2:1. This was a repeated question. So listen here, this is what is incomplete dominance. Very simple case. Dominance means one character, when we take one character in heterozygous nature, where the two traits, one allele is dominant over the other. One has expression, other has no expression. Whereas here, in incomplete dominance, the hybrid resemble, when it is heterozygous condition, capital small r here, it resembles none of the parents, because the reason is dominant allele is not completely dominant over the other. That's what the science genetics says. So that phenomenon is named as incomplete dominance. So you study one example for incomplete dominance, that is flower color in snapdragons. Snapdragons is commonly known as dog flower. Its scientific name is Antirrhinum. There are many species of Antirrhinum, so you write Antirrhinum species. Okay, this is what incomplete dominance is. Do you have any doubt about the incomplete dominance? Okay, so what is to be noted in mind is, here both phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio in F2 are same. Okay, the phenotypic ratio is 1:2:1 and also the genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. So the incomplete dominance is the cross which it gives both phenotypic and genotypic ratio of F2 same. Okay, so that is about the incomplete dominance. So if it is clear for you, this is coming under non-Mendelian genetics. This is not a concept by Mendel. Okay, we have already completed Mendelian concepts in a quick way as per your textbook. Okay, there are so many other studies, other examples, everything, but the essence, the main things we have discussed as Mendelian monohybrid and dihybrid process. And from the non-Mendelian genetics, we have first discussed the phenomenon incomplete dominance. There are so many phenomena in non-Mendelian genetics like epistasis, codominance, multiple allelism, polygeny, pleiotromy. Okay, we will discuss some of them. Okay, I think incomplete dominance is clear. Shall we move to the next topic? Okay. Our next topic is codominance. Okay. The topic is codominance. You can guess. From the name itself, you can guess what it is. What is codominance? Any guess? Okay. But you know what is dominance, and you also know what is incomplete dominance. What will be then codominance? Okay. In dominance, F1 resembles any one of the parents. Okay. Tall and dwarf, tall is appeared. And in incomplete dominance, F1 resembles none of the parents. Red, white, pink has appeared. Okay. And in codominance, F1 resembles both the parents. Right. Okay. So here the example is AB blood group in human being. Example for codominance is AB blood group AB in human beings. Okay. In order to understand this, you have to get a proper idea about the genetics, or what are the genes or alleles controlling our blood group. So we will discuss ABO blood grouping in details. Okay. Human ABO blood grouping. You know, this is a common blood grouping in human being. There are other blood groupings also. Okay. Then here in ABO blood grouping in human being, there are how many blood groups? 4 major blood groups. A group, B group, AB group and O group. Okay. There are 4 blood groups in human. And how are this possible? How there are different types of blood group in human. This blood grouping is based on the presence of certain sugar antigens or sugar polymers present on the surface of RBC. Okay, I'll just draw RBC here. Okay. Okay, by concave shape, I am just representing RBC in spherical shape here. And in RBC, the surface, the membrane, plasma membrane of RBC carries number of proteins. You have studied glycoproteins, protein, lipid protein, okay, lipoproteinaceous structure of plasma membrane you have studied. And on the surface of the plasma membrane, there are many proteins present. And based on the nature of the protein present, okay, this grouping is done. For example, a person with A blood group contains special antigens called A. Okay, antigen A present on the RBC surface. They contain A antigen on the RBC plasma membrane. And a person with blood group B contains antigen B, a slightly different antigen B present on the RBC plasma membrane surface. Okay, a person with blood group A carries antigen or the sugar polymers or the glycoproteins A present on the plasma membrane surface. Whereas the proteins or antigens present on B blood group persons RBC will be slightly different. We are naming it as B. Okay, these are B, sugars B. And next is O blood group. The O blood group persons are not having these antigens A and B. A and B antigens are not present in persons with the blood group O. Whereas here the next group, AB blood group, persons with AB blood group. Tell me what is the case? They carry both the antigens on the RBC surface. That is the case. They carry antigen B and antigen A on RBC surface. A antigens are present, B antigens are present on their plasma membrane. Okay, so listen here. ABO blood grouping is based on the presence or absence of 2 types of sugars or antigens or glycoproteins present on the RBC membrane. plasma membrane. And if a person carries only antigens or the sugars A present on the plasma membrane, they are A group. And if they have sugars B on the plasma membrane, they are of B group. And if O group persons are having no antigens A and B on the plasma membrane, and whereas AB group persons are having both the antigens A and B for both the sugars A and B on the plasma membrane surface. This is the case. Okay. Then we will discuss about the genetics of this. So understand what determines the presence or absence of this sugar polymers on the surface of RBC. Okay, let us discuss this. So the blood grouping in human beings is controlled by a gene I, capital letter I. This gene has 3 alleles. Remember, this gene has 3 alleles. We can represent IA, IB and the small I. The 3 alleles of the gene I are IA, IB and the small I. Then listen, a person with, we write phenotype here. Phenotype means how are they expressed. I mean whether they are expressed as A group or B group, AB group or O group. Okay. Then the genotypes, how are the allelic combinations. Okay, genotype. Okay. The blood group A will be showing 2 genotypes combination. Either they may be with both the alleles IAIA, both dominant alleles, or maybe with IA small I. Okay. The reason is small I is a recessive allele here which has no expression when comes along with the IA and IB, because IA and IB are dominant alleles here, whereas small I is recessive allele. Okay, when it comes, small I comes along with IB or IA, it has no expression because it is a recessive allele. Okay. Then, so blood group A can be either IA combination or in heterozygous nature IA small I combination. Similarly, you can write the next case. Very easy. Okay. So the blood group B is represented by the genotype IB or another possibility, heterozygous possibility is IB small I. Okay, simple. Then listen here, blood group AB. Okay, the blood group AB is having only one genotype, that is IAIB. Okay, so IAIB means that is expressed as AB blood group. Then O group, what is the genotype of the O group? It is small I. Okay, so in human ABO blood grouping, you can see 4 phenotypes. 1, 2, 3, 4. A group, B group, AB group, O group. 4 phenotypes you can see. Whereas how many genotypes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 genotypes are there. Okay, then very importantly, there are so many things to understand from this ABO blood grouping. We will discuss it under codominance. All these blood groups are not showing codominance. From this, only AB group is showing codominance. How is it? How is it? Tell me. Okay, that is in codominance, when IA and IB alleles come together. This is in heterozygous nature. When IA and IB alleles come together, both the alleles have expression, so that both the sugars A and sugars B are produced on the RBC surface. Okay, both the alleles are expressed so that sugar A and sugar B, both the sugars are produced on RBC membrane. So such individuals will be AB group. with both the alleles expression. Such case in which the F1, the hybrid resemble, when heterozygous nature come, when both resemble, I mean when the F1 or hybrid resembles both the parents, okay, both the parents IA and IB. Okay, one should come from one parent, other should come from the other parent. Okay, so when the progeny resembles both the parents, that case is codominance. Okay, so IA and IB alleles both are expressed. That is why both the antigens are produced on RBC membrane. The individual is appearing as AB blood group. The phenotype is AB blood group. Is it clear what is codominance is? From this ABO blood grouping, you have so many things to understand. The first one is codominance. Okay, if codominance is clear, we can just move on to the other things to be noted. So, once again, okay, in ABO blood grouping, human ABO blood grouping, the gene is I. The gene has 3 alleles, IA, IB and small I. IA and IB are dominant alleles, whereas small I is a recessive allele. That means when it comes along with IA or IB, this has no expression. Okay, that's a recessive allele. And total phenotypes are 4 phenotypes, A group, A, B, AB, O. And genotypes possible are 6 types, okay, based on the different alleles. And among this case, only AB blood group shows an example of codominance, because when IA and IB alleles come together, both the alleles have expression and the progeny shows both the parental features. That means it has both antigens A and antigens B on the RBC membrane. That is what is codominance. Then there are some other phenomena also to study from this. Okay, so human blood grouping gives an example of codominance that you have already learned. Okay, human blood grouping gives an example of codominance. What is that example? Okay, AB blood group. AB group is an example of codominance. Human blood grouping gives AB group as an example of codominance. And second case, human blood grouping also gives examples for dominance. Tell me what? Yeah, where you can see dominance, Mendelian dominance. Here, when we take this case and this case, this is example of dominance. IA only expressed, IB only expressed. So we can say A group in this pattern in heterozygous nature, B group in heterozygous nature are examples of dominance. So human blood grouping gives examples of dominance also. Then codominance is there, dominance is there. Then you are studying a new term. Human blood grouping is an example of multiple allelism. Multiple allelism. What do you mean by this? Human blood grouping shows multiple allelism. You have already learned it. Okay, when human blood grouping, the character when we take, this character is controlled by blood grouping is a character. What we take, the human blood grouping is the character. Okay, one character is controlled by 3 alleles, more than 2 alleles. 2 alleles control one character is common. One gene has 2 alleles, one gene controls one character is a common case. Here, one character, that is human blood grouping, is controlled by 3 alleles, IA, IB and I. So, human blood grouping is an example of multiple allelism. So, how can you define multiple allelism? It's a case, it's a condition or phenomenon in which one character is controlled by more than 2 alleles. Here there are 3 alleles to control human blood grouping. Okay, whereas it takes place only in a population. In a population only there are 3 alleles, whereas in one individual only 2 alleles are there. Okay, if it's A group, only 2 alleles are there. 2 alleles only. Then B group also, for a person, for an individual, there are 2 alleles controlling human blood grouping. When we take a population, entire human population, there are 3 alleles to control the character. So when a character is controlled by more than 2 alleles, we call it as multiple allelism. So human blood grouping gives examples for multiple allelism, dominance, codominance. It's a very important topic for your exam, and is the most repeated question area also. You should very well understand what are they. Okay, what is dominance, what is codominance, and what is multiple allelism in human blood grouping. Okay, our topic is codominance. We have also discussed what is multiple allelism. And if these things are clear, we will move on to the other topics. Okay. So if there is any doubt, you can ask me what is codominance, what is multiple allelism, in these cases. Any more doubt? Is there any more doubt? So today we discussed 2 topics, incomplete dominance and codominance. Very simple. Incomplete dominance, the FN, the hybrid resembles, none of the parents, a new trait has appeared. Okay. Whereas in codominance, the FN, the hybrid resembles, both the parents, both the parental characters are appeared. Okay. Incomplete dominance example, flower color in snapdragons. The textbook give one more example, we will discuss it later. Then codominance example, AB blood group in human being. Okay. Then what is the other phenomenon studied? Multiple allelism. Multiple allelism means a phenomenon in which one character is controlled by more than 2 alleles. Example is human blood grouping, controlled by IA, IB and small I alleles. Okay, and human blood grouping gives also the examples for dominance. Okay, when small I comes along with IA and IB alleles, it has no expression. IA and IB alleles are dominant. Okay, any more doubt means we will clarify in video classes online. I come for clearing your doubts. Okay, then anyway the assignment and notes I give as usual. Any doubt means we will clear it. Okay, thank you.